Namaste everyone. In this video we are going to solve this problem that you can see here. It appeared in June-July 2017 for Osmania University students. We have two blocks W1 and W2, both of 75 newtons, connected by a string here, which are resting on an inclined plane like this. The inclination of this inclined plane with the horizontal is alpha. Our task is to find out this slope alpha, for which both the blocks will just start sliding. For a single block, that will just be the angle of friction. But the twist here is that the coefficients of friction are different for the two blocks. Since the coefficient of friction of this block W2 is greater than the coefficient of friction of this block W1, the block W2 will keep the block W1 from sliding down at its own angle of friction. So the overall angle of friction for both the blocks combined will be somewhere in the middle of these two. And our task is to find that. So let's proceed. First, I'll take a free body diagram of the first block, the lower one. And now let us create a free body diagram for this. Let's put all the forces that are acting on this block. This is the tension with which the string is pulling it up. Then we will have a normal reaction here. There will be a friction force acting upwards, and its value will be 0.2 times the normal reaction. Now we have to take a line parallel to the surface as x-axis, and this dotted line perpendicular to the surface should be considered as y-axis. The angle of this vertical weight W1 will be alpha, and the remaining forces are either parallel or perpendicular to one of the reference axes. Now, since the object is just beginning to slide, it is a problem of statics, and we can apply the equations of equilibrium on it. All the forces are almost concurrent, so we will take the two equations, sigma x and sigma y, both being equal to 0. So let us take all the forces, all the components of forces in x direction. Tension T is in the direction of x itself, so all of it will come in x direction. Of course, it is in positive, so it's going to be plus. Then 0.2 n is also in positive x direction, so that has to be taken as positive. So the component of W1 will be in opposite to this, so it has to be taken as minus, and the component itself will be W1 sine alpha. And the remaining forces are perpendicular to x-axis, so they will not have any effect on this. So this total has to be equal to 0. Let's keep it aside for a while and take the next one, that is sigma y. Let's take all the components in y direction. Now n is acting in positive y direction, so it has to be positive. Now the component of W1 will be acting in downward direction opposite to y. That will be W1 cos of alpha. Now the other two forces are in x direction, they will not have any effect in y direction. So this total has to be equal to 0. Now we can get the relation for n. W1 value has been given to us in the question, and that's 75 newtons. Let us substitute it. So 75 times cos alpha. So this we are getting as the value of n. That value of n, let us now substitute in this equation to get a relation for tension, and that's going to be 0.2 times. Of course, it's going to be negative when sent to the other side. So negative 0.2 times n value being 75 times cos alpha, and this negative will, when sent to the other side, becomes positive, and once again W1 is 75 and we have sine alpha. So this is the formula for the tension T. Next, I'll have to take the free body diagram of the second block, the upper block. I'll take it like this over here. And now I'll have to do the free body diagram of this. So let me remove all the contact points and in their place replace in with their equivalent force. So this tension T will be the same that is acting here. These two form the action and reaction pair, and hence will be equal and opposite. Then there will be a normal reaction here on this block, and this normal reaction will be different from the normal reaction that we got here in this block. So let me call this normal reaction as M. And of course the friction will try to stop the block from sliding. It will be acting upwards like this, and its value will be 0.25 times m. Now once again, the axis that is parallel to surface, we have to assume it as x-axis, and the one perpendicular to the surface has to be taken as y-axis. The angle here in between these two will again come out as alpha, and now we have to find the two equations similar to what we did in the last time. So let's start with sigma y. Let's take all the vertical components. M is acting in positive y-axis, so of course it has to be taken positive. Then the component of W2 will act opposite to y-axis, and that component is going to be W2 cos alpha. The remaining forces are in x direction, so they will not have any effect in y direction. This total has to be of course 0 because the whole object is still static. So we get the value of M as W2 cos alpha. W2 value is also 75 newtons. So this is the relation we get. So let us call this equation as equation number 3. Let's next go ahead to take all the x components in this free body diagram. Now 0.25 m is acting in positive x-axis. Tension T is acting opposite to it, so it has to be taken minus. Then there is a component of W2 in x direction that's acting in opposite direction, and that component will be W2 sine alpha. Of course, the normal reaction is in y-axis. It will not have any effect in x direction. The total again has to be equal to 0. Now in this equation, we will have to substitute for T as well as for M. So let us substitute for both these from the equation number 2 and 3 and see what we get. So we get 0.25 times M, M being 75 cos alpha, then minus T. T we have to substitute from here. Let me take all this equation from here as it is and keep it over here. Then we have minus W2 sine alpha. So that will be minus 75 sine alpha. This total has to be equal to 0. Now you can see in this equation alpha is the only variable. Alpha is the only variable. So let us do one thing. Let us take cos items on one side and sine items on the other side. First let me open this bracket. So minus into minus becomes plus, and here plus into minus becomes minus. This bracket of course will also. Now let's take the cos terms common and find out what is it we get. So 0.25 times 75 plus 0.2 times 75. This is what is left. So 33.75 times cos alpha. This will be left on the left side. And the negative terms along with sine, let us send it to the other side. 75 2 times gives us 150. So 150 sine alpha is what we get on the other side. Then let's do the cross multiplication. Let's divide by cos alpha on both sides, and 150 cos alpha let's divide on both sides. So that gives us 33.75 divided by 150 equals sine alpha by cos alpha. So alpha then will be equal to tan inverse. Of course sine by cos we get tan, and that's what we are doing. So 33.75 divided by 150. So once we solve this we will get the value of alpha. So let's do it. So 33.75 divided by 150, and we have to take tan inverse of this. So we are getting 12.68. So 12.68 degrees. So this here is our answer. This here is our answer. So hope you have understood this problem. If you want more problems like this to be solved, just let me know what problems you want me to solve, and I'll try to make videos on that in the future. Thank you for watching once again. Goodbye.